3, 2, 1. Hi everybody, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. Now, when I normally do this beginning to a video, I not have an asthma attack. I really project it out there because I do it from the point of view that I'm addressing the masses, all of you as one. But today's video, just bringing it down a couple of notches because I'm doing it from the perspective of me just talking to you on an individual basis. And you've also got to take it from the perspective that I am way too lazy to create 140,000 individual videos for each of you. So you're just going to have to share this one, okay? Great stuff. Now, many of you would have noticed that I have not created a video on this channel for just over a week now, which is very unusual for me indeed. And if you follow my streams, then you'll realize that I haven't streamed for a week either, which again is pretty unusual for me as well. And the reason why is I've taken the week away because I've had a lot on my mind that I needed to go through myself and process, and then after I had processed it, talk to family, friends about it, and get their point of view as well. And I'm very fortunate indeed to be blessed by such a supportive network of people. And they're all 100% behind me on this, and that gives me strength and confidence. Now it's time for me to talk to you about it. And as ever, my videos, they're never scripted, and I'm just going to be speaking straight from the heart, and I guess we'll see where we are at the end of this video with one another. But I hope you listen to what I've got to say. I created the HeelvsBabyface channel 4.5 years ago. April the 10th, 2012. I believe was the date that I created the channel, and 3 days later, on the 13th of April, was the date that I released my first ever video. And here we are, 28th of October 2016, and I'm still going. And it's such an amazing feeling, and it's been an incredible 4.5 years, and I cannot thank you enough. I really can't, because you are the people who are subscribed now to my YouTube channel. You are the people who are supporting me. You are the people who are following me and wanting to see what I produce next and what I get up to next. And I've lived by a very modest mission statement with my channel, because that is kind of how I feel inside. And I've always said, as long as I can pay my rent, pay my bills, put food on the table, and I'm happy doing what I'm doing, I will continue to do this. And I said that as a promise, and I meant it. Now, I've had to slightly bend the rules of that mission statement because, contrary to popular belief, earning money on YouTube is actually quite a difficult process to do. And for the first 13, 14 months of my YouTube life, I was living off my life savings because I wasn't making any money from YouTube at all. And then I had to move out of my apartment into much more modest accommodations because I was running out of cash. And luckily had a very supportive friend who was very lenient with me for several months until I could get myself back on my feet and caught up. And it's taken at least 2.5 years to get to a point where I could pay rent, bills, put food on my table, and feel relieved, you know? Can't do masses of other things outside of that, but because I love what I do, and that was a very, very important element of it, because I love what I do, I don't care. Because there's one thing that you can't put a price tag on, and that is waking up in the morning excited, enthusiastic, and just so buoyed about what is to come, what video you're going to create, who am I going to interact with today, what am I going to stream later on, or you know, how many people, or who am I going to stream to later on, what's going to happen in the stream, and those kind of feelings, waking up in the morning feeling excited, waking up in the morning feeling full of, you know, get up and go, as they say, is just amazing. You know, I've done many jobs in my life, and I've woken up with some of them every morning with such a sense of dread. Just like, oh, fuck, it's work again. And that's a horrible feeling to have. So to be able to do something that you love to do and wake up with that feeling, there is legitimate, it's not a cliche, there is legitimately no price that you can put on that. It is incredible. And this is why I've felt very confused recently, because part of that mission statement hasn't been going according to plan. Now, I'm able to pay my rent and my bills. I'm able to put food on my table. I'm able to get myself some trinkets. So that part's been okay. But I haven't been very happy recently. And predominantly the last couple of months or so. And I've been very confused as to why. Because I'm waking up thinking, why am I feeling demotivated? Why am I feeling non-enthusiastic? Why am I feeling as if something's wrong when I'm waking up and I'm doing what I love to do, which is talk about games? And I just couldn't understand it. And then it recently dawned on me as to why. And I have such a love of gaming and games. But my channel has been purely focused on just the one. And I've been feeling as if all these amazing titles that have been coming out, all these amazing titles which we've had over the course of many years, 10, 20 years, it's all been passing me by because I'm just talking about this one game, and this one game which isn't fulfilling me anymore. And that realization dawned on me after the release of Legion, where I did my review after 4 weeks, and everything sort of started to fall into place with me then. Because one thing that I've always maintained throughout the course of Legion's beta, and this is not knocking Legion because I stand by everything that I've said about it, one thing that I've always said about Legion is it is the same old stuff, but they've been very clever to repackage it and offer it to us in different ways. But I'm no longer feeling fulfilled by that. And I'm no longer feeling fulfilled by the World of Warcraft, because I feel as if I'm just on a hamster wheel with it. Every expansion is just bringing the same stuff. A new zone, new raids, new dungeons, new quests, new reputations, and it just seems to be that circular thing over and over. And yes, they might repackage it slightly differently, but it's essentially the same old stuff when you can see through it to the common denominator. And there's a lot to do in Legion. I'm definitely not knocking that. And I definitely believe it's a huge step in what I call the right direction for at least giving people stuff to get involved with. But I feel now as if my life with the World of Warcraft has come to an organic point. I haven't taken a time off World of Warcraft for a long time now. A long time. Since Cataclysm. I've been pretty much playing it solidly, and it's no longer fulfilling me. There are games upon games upon games there, stacking up, gathering dust, that I really want to talk to you about, that I really want to do videos about. I mean, today alone, the 28th of October, we have Titanfall 2 coming out. We have World of Final Fantasy coming out. We have the enhanced edition of The Elder Scrolls, Skyrim. And these are games which I want to do videos about. I want to do early impression videos about, and then play them and stream them throughout the course of a week. And at the end of the week, then do a video about how I feel about the game a week later, when I've managed to do a lot more stuff, and where I think the pros are and the cons are, and is it getting me mad? Is it triggering me? Or did I give up on it? Or am I in love with it? And there's so many ways that I want to do those type of videos. And then there's franchises from yesteryear, which I really want to discuss, and how franchises have developed and stayed with us right now. And not only do we have these 3 odd games coming out today, but then in a couple of weeks or so, we have, if you're into COD, we've got COD, and then we have Dishonored 2, and then at the end of the month, we have Final Fantasy 15, then at beginning December, we've got The Last Guardian, and I'm feeling as if all these amazing titles, they're just passing me by. They're all just passing me by because I've been concentrating on this one game on my channel. And I can't do that anymore. I can't do that anymore. I am so grateful for everyone who has supported me. I'm so grateful for everybody who follows my channel right now. But starting from next week, I'm going to be dropping the World of Warcraft. And I'm not going to be playing the World of Warcraft anymore. And I'm going to be dealing with these new release titles. And I'm going to be dealing with the retro stuff. And I'm going to be streaming them. And I'm going to be talking with them, or talking to you about them on stream and stuff like that. And this is what's getting me excited. This is what's getting me motivated. And this is what's really kind of geeing me up for the future. Now, I fully understand if you just follow my channel for the WoW stuff, particularly because you just play WoW as your main game and you don't tend to dabble with other games. So on that respect, it might upset you, or it might piss you off, or it might just sadden you that I'm going to stop doing World of Warcraft content. And I fully understand, and I thank you so much. And I would ask that you attempt at least to give me an opportunity to do something different with you guys. And for you guys. And if you support what I do because you're into myself as a person and you're excited about this new direction, then I can't wait to bring it to you. I really, really can't. I'm so enthused. But I also realise that if you want to call it a day here, I get that. But I'm not afraid of hard work. I never have been afraid of hard work. And if I have to rebuild the channel with this new direction, then that is what I'll do. Because I'm determined to make this work. And if it doesn't work, that's probably where I'll call the channel. Now, I'm not saying I'm never, ever going to go and play WoW. And you could be playing the World of Warcraft and you might see me online if I'm on your friends list or whatever. Because I might just, play the odd thing or do the odd thing every now and again. But it's definitely not going to be the amount of time which I invest in the game at the moment. No. That's come to an end now. And like I said, I feel as if it's an organic thing. It's not anything that Blizzard per se have done. I just feel as if I've got to get off this hamster wheel. And it's not giving me the excitement which I desire. And it's not giving me the enthusiasm as a creator, which is so important when you have a YouTube channel. Because the last thing that you want from me, trust me, is to me bring you by the number videos. You don't want that. You don't want me to make my 40th bloody money gold generating guide, which I see some channels doing at the moment, or the 5th video about how many mounts are coming out in patch 7.1, but you put a different spin on it. You know, that to me is giving up. That to me is just totally giving up and just taking a payday. And that's not who I am. I need to be creatively stimulated. I need to be excited by what I do. And World of Warcraft just isn't exciting me or stimulating me anymore as a game. I've loved some of the stuff in Legion, don't get me wrong. I've adored the story of Suramar, but in actual fact, it's things like that, which when I played the story in Suramar and then I played something like Rise of the Tomb Raider, and the story that was in that just made me realise I need to experience different stories. Dishonored 2, Skyrim, again, and all that kind of stuff. That I need to experience these different stories and how they make me feel, and whether or not they, like I said, they anger me, they make me feel, you know, what emotions they provoke inside of me. So I'm going to wrap up the video for now. So there will not be any more World of Warcraft content from my channel. Maybe the odd video once in a blue moon, but that's really all I can say. I can't commit to anything else other than that. I understand if you want to move on, and I thank you for your support that you've given me today if you do move on. And if you want to continue on this journey with me, I'm very excited for that. And I'm very excited about where we can go and what videos I can create. And I really do hope that you give me an opportunity to show you. But, as I said at the beginning of the video, I suppose we're just going to have to see where we are with each other from here on in. So there you go. It feels odd to sign off with my normal signing off, because to say I hope you enjoyed the vid, and if you were pissed off about what I've said, then clearly you're not going to be. But what I am going to say is I will be back next week with some brand new stuff. And I do want you to take care. Bye-bye.